Patterson to Boone. Safe, 4 runs. Opening boundary off the bat for Australia.
He hasn't played a shot at that, and he's out.
Yeah. Well,
Boone, LBW to Marshall.
maybe it was a smoke screen, David.
So Australia loses its first wicket with 19 runs on the board, and Boone is out for 10, and he's out LBW without playing a stroke. Good shot. Beautiful shot. That's the shot of the day so far. What a glorious shot that was from Jeff Marsh.
And a man who's come from the country too is Jeff Marsh, as Courtney Walsh comes into the attack, replacing Malcolm Marshall. And the loosener, Marsh taking full toll of it, bringing up his second boundary. The crowd really appreciating that.
Yeah, it's always good to get that loosener when the fast bowlers come on for a spell, and Jeff Marsh didn't muck around with that one.
New over from Walsh to Valletta. A spanking pull stroke from Valletta. It mightn't go all the way. Come back for 2. And chase for Marshall. Let's have a look at his arm. Oh, absolutely superb. It was off a no ball. Valletta went after it, so great cricket all round. Safe, deliberate, and 4. And applause for Marsh and Australia's 50. Catch Logie. He's on his way. That's the one they wanted prior to lunch. The vital wicket of Marsh. Caught Logie, bowled Ambrose for 27. Australia at 2 for 52.
And this one bounces a bit more, as Ambrose has been doing. And Gus Logie absolutely airborne, takes a very good catch. It just sits up in the air. When you bunt them like that, you don't want them to hang in the air too long, and Jeff Marsh should be very disappointed. He's worked so hard this morning.
They're not cheering on Courtney Walsh as he bowls to Valletta. And could pick up 4 runs down the third man. Despite the chase of Richardson. Australia to 57 for the loss of 2 wickets. Plenty of sunshine here today for West Indian bowlers. Fine stroke by Wood. That's 4, and he'll be happy with that close to lunch. Young lads getting ready for Kenga cricket. Applaud the Australian left-hander. 2 for 63.
So the first ball after lunch. Ambrose to Wood. Wood, he's out. Wood is out. First ball after lunch.
Well, there's a sensational start for you, David. Very disappointed Graham Wood walking off after getting a very nasty delivery from Curtly Ambrose.
An appeal, and he's out off the glove. Umpire Crafter has given Alan Border. Caught by Dujonov. Ambrose for 4, and Australia 4 for 76.
Well, to say that that was the wicket the West Indian wanted is probably an understatement, but to see Alan Border walking back to the pavilion, I'm sure Viv Richards and his merry men extremely delighted. And boy, I've been very impressed. I've said it before early on that this Curtly Ambrose has bowled a great spell of bowling. Alan looks a little bit disappointed. Let's have a close look at this. It goes, looks as though it may have come off his thigh guard. There was no suggestion that it was anywhere near his gloves.
Must be out, didn't play a stroke. Same as David Boone. Malcolm Marshall bringing the one back after a couple of outswingers. A highly delighted Malcolm Marshall. His second wicket, and Australia 5 for 86. So Steve Waugh on his way for 4. And the Australians in all sorts of bother. Big crowd, bright sunshine.
And this is a pretty good piece of bowling. Steve Waugh's been on the back foot for a long time. And yeah, that's pretty close. I don't think you have any argument with that one.
Marshall off the short run, chopping and changing. And for the first time in 21 balls, Valletta gets runs with a fine on drive. Chase for Ambrose. They'll come back for 3. Valletta will have to hurry. Good return in. Well done, Valletta. He did hesitate for a moment.
I
think it's all in good fun over there at the moment. That's a good shot. That's a great shot. That's 4. That brings up the Australian 100.
And 3 figures always looks a bit better on the board. And that was a great shot.
He's taken the odds to that, and that's a good lofted drive for 4. Good shot. Out towards the crowd in front of the Sir Gordon Chalk building. 5 for 107, and Valletta moves to 30. That's a good shot. That ball might even go to the boundary. Arthurton giving chase. I think he'll pick it up a couple of metres inside the fence, which he does. And the batsman come back for a 3rd run. He's bowled him. Trying to sweep. And Mike Valletta is out bowled. Trying to sweep that away, and it looks as if he's got the bottom edge and played it on, and Carl Hooper has picked up a wicket, and Valletta is out for 35 or 37.
And that is a blow for Australia just before the tea interval.
Logie, another wicket down. Ian Healy's on his way. The slower one from Courtney Walsh. Clever bowling. And Australia have lost their 7th wicket.
Yes, Roger, call it correctly. It was a clever bit of bowling. He whipped in the ball before. It was a very quick one to Tony Dottermaid. And he threw in the slower one to Ian Healy. Got a great deal of bat on it. He knew he was out. Turned around and just walked off.
Logie, sensational. Umpire Crafter raises the finger. A delighted Gus Logie through the helmet. That was worth the entrance money. Absolutely brilliant.
That was a sensational catch, wasn't it, Roger? Gus picks up his 3rd catch to dismiss Craig. I don't know why Craig stood there. He obviously hit it. There was 2 noises. Gus Logie threw himself to his left and took a great catch, and we see Craig on his way for just 2, and the Australian innings now 8 for 140.
He's out. Matthews waited. He didn't seem to be too interested, so Walsh has got his 3rd wicket. Might have come off the glove. We'll wait on the replay. So Australia 9 down. And they're 9 down for 150.
Stumps.
Walsh to May. And May in the air. But, and he's caught.
Easily.
What a good catch by Vivian Richards. his 100th catch in Test cricket. Well, what a week of hundreds for Vivian Richards. His 100th first-class century last week. His 100th Test match began this morning. His 100th Test catch this afternoon on Australia, all out for 167. Beautiful shot from Haynes, right up in the slot, and that will just about run into the fence for 4, which it does. Or the advertising hoarding. None for 45 the score. Matthews on his way again to Haynes. Good shot. What a glorious shot. That's 4. And that is the highest ever West Indian opening partnership on this ground. Beautiful shot from Greenwich. Typical Gordon Greenwich cover drive. Not much back left, but look at that. Bang, 4 runs. Oh. Beautiful shot. What a glorious cover drive. Desmond Haynes is on fire here at the Gabba this morning. Matthews to Greenwich. Another no ball, and brilliant take from Healy.
Dermot to Greenwich. Superb delivery, well taken. Applause by Healy for his bowler. Tim May to Greenwich. That struck superbly by Gordon Greenwich. He goes to 41 with none for 91. The dive by Matthews was unsuccessful. Will go all the way to the boundary. So the West Indies 100 is up with that fine cover drive by Greenwich, who goes to 46. The West Indies none for 100 in reply to Australia's 167. Greenwich is the 4 away from the half century. Massive hit, that could be 6. That is 6, right onto the concourse. What a hit, Gordon Greenwich. What a way to bring your 50 up. The West Indies none for 104 at the completion of the Tim May over. He won't be tied down.
He's put on the second only century partnership scored by the West Indies against Australia in Australia. That's gone all the way to the fence for 4. Good shot. Matthews took a fair bit of the pace of it, but I still think it's got just about enough, or has it, to get to the boundary. Let's have a look. 4 runs.
It all adds up.
It's a good shot. 4 runs. It really does slow up as it gets to that side of the field, though. It's 4. Can give up the chase for that. Valletta picks it out from the dog track, and it's none for 133. Greenwich is 63.
Well bowled, he's been given out. That's the breakthrough for Australia. Great catch by Ian Healy. He deserved it. And Desmond Haynes is on his way. The West Indies lose their first wicket. And Simpson and Laurie's opening stand still intact. 1 for 135.
Simo must have had a bit of money on that. Wow.
Quite safe, and 4 runs. Well played by Greenwich. That really fell it into the boundary. Just away from Marsh, and 4 runs. He certainly went after it. And Greenwich, exciting player to watch. He's played strikes all around the ground with the Gabba in this innings. Safe. Big hit by Greenwich. It might be 6, but it's his second 6. Gordon Greenwich just picking it up and sweeping it over the fence. He's bowled him, has he? Gordon Greenwich has been bowled by May, so he counters. A 6 to Greenwich, but a wicket to May. And Gordon Greenwich departs. 480, the West Indies 2 for 156. Caught, Border! Third wicket down. Breakthrough for Steve Waugh. And the Australians are jubilant. Alan Border takes the catch.
Well, he went for the big one. He's got the edge and got 4. The West Indies take the lead. Steve Waugh's not happy. He's hit that glorious shot from Richards for 4. That's a beautiful shot. That is the shot that only champion batsmen play. I think he's got his eye in. Oh, well fielded. That would have stung too. Well, that was short. It was a bad ball, and it's got exactly what it deserved. So Richardson moves up to 20. 3 for 190, the score at the end of the over. Like that. He'll just about get there. It's a good chase. Touch and go. Alan Border loses the race. He really just couldn't find his line this morning or yesterday. Off the edge. This ball might make it all the way to the fence. It's starting to pull up, but I think it's got enough legs. It has, and it's 4 runs. It's a nice shot from Richards. I don't think it'll bring 4. It's starting to stop. Again, touch and go. The ball wins. Shot. What a glorious shot. In the air, but wide. McDermott giving chase. Down in front of the Cricketers Club and 4 more. But that was the first really false stroke we've seen off the bat of Vivian Richards.
Sitting Steve Waugh. Imperious by Richards. He dismissed that delivery, and the West Indian captain moves on to 33. Now the overall lead is 71 to the West Indies. Dottermay to Ritchie, and that will be 6. That is the shot of the match. Onto the greyhound track, just down in front of us. The crowd stands and applauds, and Viv Richards, absolutely magnificent. Dropped!
Oh,
In and out. It was there. Healy almost had time to get back and take it.
well, this one could be rude. Great delivery from Craig McDermott, reared up. Stephen Waugh got 2 hands to the ball, and Ian Healy tries desperately, but was just too far away from him. Well, that's one that should have been taken.
He's hit that. It's high in the air. McDermott getting underneath it, and he's out. Viv Richards caught McDermott off May, trying to tonk him onto the hill for 68. It's 4 for 270. A partnership of 108, and a good catch by McDermott. But my word, what rough justice for him, because he should have had him about 20 minutes ago, caught by Stephen Waugh in the slips.
Should be a catch to border. Logie on his way. May's got his 3rd wicket. And the West Indies are 5 for 307. Must be close. He's out. Definitely out. And Richie Richardson has legged the 4 wicket to Tony Dottermay. The 6th wicket is down for 359. Richardson dismissed for 81. In the air, it's down towards the fine leg, and a great catch has been taken. Marvellous effort by Tim May. Terrific catch towards the end of the day, because it was coming hard and very quickly. May have to pick it up, and he fell onto the practice wicket. So Tim May delighted, so is McDermott. Well done, Craig McDermott. And Jeffrey Dujon ever keen to go after it.
And the hook shot, which has been too fruitful today, really. Down to Tim May, who's moving backwards, and he falls on those practice wickets, and that's a good catch, and I'm sure Craig McDermott will be very pleased to see that one taken.
McDermott to Marshall. Away from Valletta, and 4 runs. May's at 3rd man and deep and wide. A deliberate stroke from Malcolm Marshall. He'll be pounding in a lot today, bowling for the West Indies, but he waits for Dottermay. And it's well safe. Chase from McDermott, won't get there. So into the slot for Ambrose. He picks up his first boundary. Fine stroke. He doesn't move, Ambrose. He struck that right in the meat of the bat. That's the best shot of the morning. Border. There's the luck. McDermott gets his second wicket, the first wicket of the third day. Marshall's out, and the West Indies are 8 for 389 and catch 109 in Test matches for the Australian captain. Away from Dottermate, and that's 4. Ambrose doesn't move. He really hit that one. By the time Dottermate reacted, it was past the stumps.
So Craig McDermott on his way to Walsh. That's got to be close. That's out. Walsh, LBW to McDermott. And the big Queenslander picks up, and deservedly so, his third wicket.
Well, Patrick's what, faced 7, hit 2 so far?
Oh, now he's checking his guard. He's realised perhaps that's... he hadn't taken guard.
Yeah, Pat, I wouldn't worry about taking centre, mate. Oh.
He's out. LBW, Patterson. Dottermate picks up his second wicket. Patterson out for naught, and the West Indies all out for 394, a lead of 227. The last 2 wickets both falling LBW for no score. Shot. That's 4. Thank you very much, said David Boone. He can bowl there all day if you like. Good shot. Beautiful shot from David Boone. I don't think it'll be 4. But 3 runs to David Boone to move up to 7.
Marshall to continue from the Vulture Street end and bowl to Boone. Safe. Well safe, deliberate, fine stroke David Boone. He's looked so positive so far. And Australia none for 14. Caught behind. That's the breakthrough. Marshall counters. The opening wicket. Boone is out. He's out for 12. Australia 1 for 14. Stuck on the pad. Must be close. He's out. He had to be out. Ambrose with the Yorker. And Marsh is on his way. He's out for 2. And disaster for Australia, 2 for 16. Lovely stroke by Waugh. Beautiful stroke by Steve Waugh. Stood up on his toes. Atherton will make it. They'll come back for 2. Look at Atherton's return. Not bad. In fact, excellent. Stephen Waugh, that is the shot of the day. It's not up to Richards at 6 off Dottermate, but it's pretty close when you look at the current situation and when you look at the speed of Curtly Ambrose. A fantastic stroke.
Good shot. Atherton giving chase. It won't be 4. They've got 2. And Waugh says yes. Valletta says no. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Jeff Dujon. Beautiful shot. Lovely shot from Steve Waugh. It'll go close to the boundary. And it does. 4 runs.
Marshall. It's safe. He went right after that successfully. Flew high and crashed into the 3rd man boundary. So Steve Waugh explodes off the last ball of the 11th over by Marshall, and the Australian supporters really appreciate that. So Walsh into the attack. Bowl to Valletta. It's in there and he should be caught. He will be caught. First ball by Walsh. Hooper takes the catch. It was an easy one. And Courtney Walsh can't believe it. But the breakthrough for the West Indians. That quick change. And Valletta will be so disappointed with that stroke. Valletta out for 10. And Australia 3 for 65. Now Walsh to Wood. Struck on the pad, must be close. He's out, first ball. So Graham Wood's on his way for nothing, and suddenly Australia are 4 for 65, and Walsh has 2 for none. And he's got some more. He might even pick up 4 more. Walsh will have to hurry the practice wickets.
And that's a good stroke.
Marshall on the long run. Runs to border, that'll be 4. No third man, away from the diving Richardson. So border to 5. And Australia 4 for 77. Walsh to War. No ball, and it's full. Toller's taken over it by War. He really does play that stroke superbly. Onto 1 foot, up on the toes, and cracks it away. Backward a point.
Shot from Alan Border. Glorious shot down the ground. Ambrose giving chase. Let's see whether it pulls up or not. The ball wins the race. Beautiful shot. It's a nice shot from Steve Waugh. Arthurton giving chase. It won't be 4. He's very quick. The return on its way. Right next to the stumps. There's his half century. Steve Waugh, glorious shot down to the fence. And he brings up a half century here at the Gabba. Well done, Steve Waugh.
Haynes in close with Logie on the leg side. Haynes, that's the one the West Indies wanted. Ambrose has got the breakthrough in the first over of the new spell. Desmond Haynes, dashing Desmond. He normally smiles, but look at them. They know they'll wrap up the test match now unless there's something extraordinary happens here at the Gabba. Alan Border out for 41. Australia have lost 5 for 156. Marshall to War on 90. In the air, and he's been caught. Steve Waugh is out. Marshall's got that breakthrough, and Steve Waugh has denied his century. He's out for 90, and the West Indies know it won't be long before they wrap up the test match. The applause will be from the crowd of 7,545 for a gallant Steve Waugh. He was there for 248 minutes. But what a tragedy. He deserved a century. Steve Waugh has been dismissed for 90.
Well, the crowd says it all.
Shot. Runs here. That ball's racing across the outfield. It slows up particularly towards this fence. I don't think it's going to get there. It might even just stop. It does. And they've come back and completed 3. It's high in the air. Ambrose getting underneath it. He should take the catch, and he has, and Healy's gone. Healy is out for 28, and Australia is 7 for 212, and Marshall takes his third. That's out. Viv Richards takes the catch. Dottermaid's gone. Court Richards off Marshall for 7, and Marshall takes his fourth. 8 for 212. And now there is a very strong possibility that the match will be won by the West Indies by an innings.
Well played, cleverly played by McDermott, and that'll be 4. Quite the efforts of Vichy Richardson. That was hit sweetly. That'll be another boundary. Ambrose won't get there, and he's tripped on the practice wickets. Hopefully he's okay as he's over the fence, but well struck by Chris Matthews. He really thumped that back past the bowler. It mightn't go all the way. Completed 2, it should be 3. Balls with Walsh. That's a big hit by McDermott. It's gone very high. How far's it gone? It's 4. Right out near the sideboard attendant. That was a stand and deliver shot by Craig McDermott, and the crowd loved that. One of the best short legs I've seen in a long time, Ray. That he's an attacking short leg, isn't he? He's
in more ways than
on
one,
his
Roger.
toes, and safe and 4. The captain has to chase. Hit and hit hard.
Yeah, that was a 3-base hit.
Well hit. Right in the middle of the bat. Away from Logie. Getting support from Walsh. It might go all the way. Gets the speeds on the wickets. Well, it's very careful treading over there. Well, they come back for 4. McDermott wants it. Let's go down, but McDermott was always going to make it. So well run by Australians, particularly McDermott, who took his partner for the extra one. A big swing from McDermott. Should be 4. Walsh is taking chase from mid-off. He knows it's a boundary. So the crowd that have come along here to the Gabba, not a bad one considering the situation. Very hot conditions. And really appreciating the efforts of McDermott and Matthews. McDermott now 21 ahead of Matthews. And that's a big hit. That was smacked away by Chris Matthews. And that thumped into the advertising hoarding. A welcome for Courtney Walsh. Away from Richards. Was it deliberate or the shovel shot? And he's picked up another boundary. And Richards might have hurt himself as he leapt vainly to try and get that catch.
Yes, I wonder if Viv Richards has landed on that ankle again.
Straight back, thank you. I'll have 4 more, says Chris Matthews. Fantastic straight from Matthews. He virtually stood and clubbed it straight back past the bowler. And this is a delightful response by Matthews and McDermott. The partnership is 56 and the lead is 41.
And once again, it's short of a length, and Chris Matthews just stands there and belts it.
Should be caught. He'll be caught by Arthurton. The 9th wicket is down. So Matthews is out for 32. Straight at 9 for 270, and it ended also calmly.
He's out. That's the end of the innings. Hooper takes the catch. Ambrose takes his third wicket of the innings. And Tim May leaves the scene, caught by Hooper in the gully for 5. And Australia is all out for 289. The West Indies need 63 to win.
The opening boundary. Great strike by Greenwich. It was all set up for him. McDermott starts the third over. To Haynes. Lovely off drive by Haynes. Does not run. It was a wonderful stroke. It was in the air for a while, but the timing. And Alan Border can only just trot after it. Greenwich 4 more, I think. I don't think May will get there. It's Dodemaide, actually. Straight drive by Haynes. Wonderful stroke to watch. Another boundary. So a welcome for Tony Dodemaide.
He's out, caught. Healy has taken the catch, and Greenwich is the first West Indian wicket to fall with the score at 43.